We are Susie and Rolls. That's short for Roland, by the way.
Enchanté.
Follow our lives renovating a 15th century chateau and citadel. Together with our rescue fur babies, Big Baxter, Mad Max and little Lexi, our diva. Welcome back everyone. Glad you enjoyed our last video on Sunday, renovating our ancient kitchen. Today I'm going to lightly sand this wood and do a bit more filling to soften the edges a bit, and then get the woodworm spray treatment out and go over it. And once I've done that, I can oil and wax the wood. So that's the plan for today. And whilst I'm doing that, Rolls is in the barn rearranging all his bits and pieces. God knows what out there. So he's happy at the moment. This is the door to our boot room. I don't know if you remember in one of our episodes, Enemy at the Gate. It's got the SS German soldiers' signatures on the back. So we don't want to get rid of it because it's part of the history. So we're going to renovate the door. There's a nice big mouse hole at the bottom. Yeah, so I'm going to keep that. We'll put a link in the description below to that video.
Susie's working her magic in the kitchen. I'm just having a couple of hours off from the kitchen, and we've bought two of these shelving units. The other one you saw me put up, and I've put it in the pantry. We pitched it for the pantry, although it was intended for this room. I'm in barn 2, which one day will be called our workshop, but at the moment it's just a rather untidy old barn. Anyway, I want to start the process of tidying it because I've got lots of projects I want to do. I've got some panelling to make for the grand salon. I've got some panelling and some stuff to make for the study. I've got lots of jobs to do really, and it's not going to work unless I'm organised, and this workshop is just not organised. I've got tools and screws and nails and fittings and everywhere, and I'm spending a lot of time looking for stuff rather than just being able to go straight to it. So I want to start the process over the next 2 or 3 weeks of getting this place really organised. So I've got to find a place for this shelving unit, and then I can start to put stuff on it. And where I'm going to put it is right next to the shelving unit behind it, so up against this wall here. But in the way is what looks like an old desk with lots and lots of junk on it. I've never really looked closely at this this table and what's on there, but I know there's a few boxes of rusty old nails. There's lots of old metal work. There's some tools, all sorts. So I'm going to clear that space, put the shelving unit up in there, and then I'll go through all this stuff and see what's in there. Some of it might be usable, some might not. But I thought it would also be interesting to have a look at this table that it's all on. It might just be an old, rickety old table, you know, full of woodworm, or it might be quite a nice table under all that. I don't know, because I've never been able to look at it. So I'm going to have a quick look at that as well. If it's usable and restorable, then I'll keep it. If not, firewood. Look at that old pulley, really quite ornate. I wonder what that's for, that key. Now that, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the brackets on the Cremont window lock fittings. You know, the ones that you turn and then the bars go up and down. And the bar would slide in and out of that to help the window lock and unlock. So I'm not aware that we're missing one, but I'll put that to one side. It'd be quite useful. Well, my initial thought is most of this is junk, but there'll be some bits in there that I could use. There's some chains there, they're always useful. There's a few nails and things in there. Just needs to be organised really, but most of that's probably going to end up going to the déchetterie in the metal recycling and various other bits. I mean, you know, old bit of pipe, you know. So anyway, I've put that on my worktop just to get it out of the way. Okay, well here's that desk. My first assessment isn't that it's anything particularly special, but there you go, it's not a Chippendale, but it can be very, very useful. So I could do something with that. It's not going to end up in the house. I don't think it's a quality piece of any sort, but I can certainly use it out here, and I've got an idea for it straight away. And I think the use that I can have is for this beauty. This is an old drill press, and it'll need mounting on a workbench somewhere, and I could put that on the table, and the drawer I could put all my drill bits in the drawer, nicely organised. So that's something I can do. The other option is for my cutting saw. That needs mounting on a workbench, so again I could put that on the table. So yeah, I can definitely use it. Yeah, it's not a bad height, it's a little bit low, but I think I can definitely use that. So no point throwing it out, but I'll get it out of the way, get this shelving unit in, and then I can start tidying up. I found these two pieces of wood amongst all that. I don't know what they're off. They're slightly curved, whether they're warps or not, but they're presumably off some piece of furniture somewhere. Don't know where. Well, that feels so much better already. I've got quite a few of these. I've got a lot of smaller ones as well, so I'll probably put them on the other shelves and then have bigger stuff on these shelves here. So yeah, I'm looking forward over the next couple of weeks to just tidying the place up. In fact, here's some of the smaller ones, and they're all stackable, they interlock, so I get lots of screws and stuff in there, little stuff. And then of course I've got the label printer indoors that we use for Susie's business, so I can label everything so I know what's in each one. So yeah, that's a good start. I'm pleased with that. So for the next 2 weeks I'm going to be out here just tidying up and getting myself organised. Yeah, feels good. Right, Susie's just called me to the kitchen, so I think she's got a bit of a hiccup somewhere, so I'm going to go and see what I can do now. Okay, so what's the problem?
I don't know what we're going to do here because this lintel goes back further than these. So
Yeah.
you've got a ridge there.
So you've got a ridge about maybe a centimetre. Well, that's all right because we're going all for the wavy hickledy-pickledy effect. I can just shave that off and then we can sand it so it sort of blends in. That's probably the easiest thing. And likewise, just rub that down to smooth the plaster off. Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
It's all over the place anyway, isn't it? It's all like the hind leg of a donkey, you know, it's all over the place. Okay, I'll take that off.
All right.
That's not a bad start. Feeling more organised already, but I've got a lot to do. But I'm just going to wander in here every now and then and do a couple of hours, and I'll start filling these up. I've hung what I can on the back of this door. Might as well use the back of the door. Hangs a few things up: spirit levels, crowbars, clamps, hammers, pliers. So yeah, that's a good start. Happy with that. Across a slight problem on the inside of this frame. It looks as though there's been some paint on there, and it's proving to be rather difficult to get off, so we're resorting to the paint stripper. See if we can help it on its way.